Hello, friends. I now have today with me Chinmay Mehta. Chinmay has been one of the students who has got a final selection call from IIM Indore. He has also been selected at IIM Rohtak. I think Narsimhanji, you were All India Merit too, Chinmay?
No, sir. Merit 33.
Merit 33. Okay, I'm really sorry for that. But congratulations once again.
Yes.
We are all very happy to have you with us. And the idea is your success, your preparation, your strategy. Let us try and have a lot of it from you so that students who are seeing this can also learn a lot from you. So let's just begin with the first question. I'm sure a lot of interviewers might have asked this to you. Why IPM, Chinmay?
Sir, is it fine if I talk in Hindi?
Perfectly okay.
So, sir, थोड़ा diversity चाहिए था पहले तो. Even back in 11th, I took PCM first and then switched to commerce. तो basic idea was कि मेरे को थोड़ा ज़्यादा try out करना है, इसलिए मैंने even after doing science in 11th, I switched to commerce because नई चीजें करने को मिल नहीं रहा था उसमें. साइंस में वही पढ़ना पड़ रहा था बार बार. तो जब कॉमर्स स्विच किया तो फिर कुछ नया मिला, एक साल नया पढ़ा. अब फिर उसके बाद 12th के बाद ऐसा लगने लगा कि ये तो बार बार वही रिपीटेड हो रहा है. अकाउंट्स में वही जर्नल एंट्रीज, इकोनॉमिक्स में वही ग्राफ्स वगैरह. फिर उसके बाद मैंने फिर करिकुलम देखा तो उसमें ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स थे जो पढ़ना चाहता हूँ मैं, बट सीबीएसई अलाउ नहीं करता है बिकॉज लाइक एक कॉम्बिनेशन होता है सोशियोलॉजी साइकोलॉजी के साथ, आप कॉमर्स नहीं ले सकते. तो वो जो फ्रीडम है वो आईपीएम में मिलती है, इसलिए मेरे को लगा कि वही बेस्ट रहेगा क्योंकि ट्राई करना था.
You actually went through the IPM website, say IIM Indore or Rohtak, checked out their syllabus and then took this decision.
Yes, sir.
So that is a good thing. Now, Chinmay, I understand that आपने 12th भी अभी इसी साल ही पास किया है. So how did you manage both the things together?
सर, बैलेंस बनाना पड़ता है. ऐसा तो बोर्ड्स में तो ऐसा होता नहीं है कि you have to spend whole of your day in preparing for certain subjects. Even if you give around 2-3 hours per day for one subject and then continue it over a period of time. For example, if you do accounts one day, maths the other day, so it is manageable in 2-3 hours per day. And in the remaining time, you have to give more time to a subject that you're not good at. For example, I was not good at English. My scores were not up to the par. So I gave more time to English comparatively. So, and the maths part, I had grip over it and I kept practicing. I never left it in a certain way. And whenever I started a subject or a particular chapter, I finished it all the way through in a day or two. So that was my strategy.
Okay. So, Chinmay, यदि एक थोड़ा सा macro timeline share कर सकते हो कि when did you start your preparation? Although you have been a student with me, so that's but it's more for the viewers.
Okay. So, thoda interesting story hai. Back in Indore, when in July, I am originally from Delhi. I have my schooling done from Delhi. Yes. So when in July, the second in 2021, when the second wave hit, I was there at my grandfather's house, and that is close to Indore, around 2 hours from here. So when the second wave hit at the village there was a lot of COVID outbreak happening there. So we decided not to shift back to Delhi because in Delhi, the situation was even worse than it was there in the village. So I decided to shift to Indore. And here, my cousin told me about this course that you can get into an IIM and one of the top 5 IIMs after 12th. So I started looking for it. But when I saw the coachings back in Delhi, I did not see any reason for joining Delhi when I was in Indore currently. So so my father was actually walking and he saw an advertisement with your number on it. So that's why he called in the morning or something like that. So I started in July. Within 4 to 5 days, I joined the coaching. Right. And in July, I started my preparation. And up till November or December, I used to do whatever was being told in the class. I completed all the homework. And whatever extra I had to do, I started after my term 1 boards, which was in January. So I completed all the books in 15 or 20 days. And after I was done with that, I started giving mocks from December onwards. And then the serious preparation wherein I had put in 9 to 10 hours a day, I started from January. And there was a gap of 1 month due to my boards because I had to give that time to score well there too. So 1 month gap was there when May to June. And then after that as well, I put in more time as much as I could at the center only.
बिल्कुल ठीक है चिन्मय. And what was your entire experience with Career Launcher as an institute, with we as faculty members? Because I'm sure there were a lot of online sessions also that you kept on attending regularly.
तो स्टार्टिंग से ही था, इवन व्हेन आई वाज इन दिल्ली आई वाज अटेंडिंग ऑनलाइन क्लासेस. तो अगर कभी कभी ऐसा होता था कि डाउट्स क्लासेस में नहीं हो पाते थे, तो सर यूज्ड टू कीप सेपरेट सेशंस फॉर मी. तो वो डाउट्स क्लियर हो जाते थे इवन दो आई वाज नॉट एट द सेंटर. एंड जब भी सेंटर पे होता था, whenever sir did not have classes, he used to give guidance to me, or whenever I had doubts, they were cleared within 1 or 2 hours maximum. So sir की तरफ से तो पूरी तरीके से था. एंड देन अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट एज वेल, मॉक्स का जितने भी मैंने दूसरी भी कोचिंग से लिए थे, either they were a level above the actual paper or they were a level below the actual paper. So career launcher mocks were actually the most accurate ones, whichever I practiced. तो मॉक्स का ये था. एंड क्लासेस भी whichever topic, even apart from sir, the other faculty members, जो भी topics मेरे को थोड़े problematic लगते थे, the other teachers used to keep in extra sessions for me, or apart from the classes as well, when the classes were not going on, they used to give in 15-20 minutes to explain that particular topic, or even doubts for that matter.
Perfect. What did you finally score in your class 12th? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask it then.
I scored 96 best of 5 and 94.8 aggregate.
Wonderful. So you actually managed to crack, in fact, almost all the IPM entrances, and you got a wonderful score in class 12, both happening together.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Some inputs about how did you prepare for the interviews once you, जब आपका shortlist हो गया था रोहतक के लिए, IIMindore के लिए?
So one thing is certain, that you have to practice your 11th and 12th. It's not like you can sideline it completely and then focus on IPM along with 11th and 12th. So whatever the interview is in any IPM, they at least 50% of the interview is based on your 11th and 12th, if not more than 50%. So there might be interviews where 100% of the interview is based on your 11th and 12th syllabus. So the first priority I kept was I have to do 11th and 12th well. Even if I had science in 11th, because I graduated from commerce, I had to do 11th ka commerce as well. So because I had time before, I sort of covered that 11th ka syllabus up first, and then after that I started with my 12th revision of the 12th syllabus, and because it was fresh, I did not take much time. So that was one thing. Then apart from that, the standard questions which may be asked are there in each and every interview, are expected from you. I prepared sample answers for it, like what I will say in the actual interview. So that was the second thing. And the third thing was, if at all there are some unexpected questions. So I used to ask my friends, there's this topic I have mentioned in my introduction, whatever very bizarre questions you can ask from it, please ask. So for example, I had cricket in 9th. And I did not mention it in my interview, but I was the vice captain. So one of my friends actually was asked this question, that why were you not the captain and were made the vice captain? So I had also prepared sample answers for that particular type of questions. So that was also one thing. So friends were also a great help, and sir also helped me in the sample answer preparation.
Perfect. I remember rightly, Chinmay, आपके IIM रोहतक और इंदौर के इंटरव्यू में there was a very strong difference. So what was it, and if you could share it, please.
Okay, so Rohtak was basically a 5-minute interview. They asked me one question from my 11th microeconomics, and then one question from static GK, like capitals and stuff. And that was basically it. And there were 2 panelists, one question each, and in almost 5 minutes, the interview was over. So in microeconomics, they asked me what Griffin goods are, and just a simple application of the same in the Sri Lanka crisis. And then the static GK questions was some of the capitals of the northeastern states, and then Andhra and Telangana. So that was it. The complete interview was over in 5 minutes. So when I asked other friends of mine who were giving the interviews, they were having longer interviews of 15-20 minutes. Even sir was worried at one point of time why the interview was very short. But I was confident enough that I have given all the correct answers, and they did not want anything else out of me, because maybe I scored high, or maybe they judged me.
What was your score at the Rohtak test?
The scores haven't been released. till yet. So yeah, but my exam went well. So that was the Rohtak
What was the
experience.
contrast with the Indore interview?
Indore interview was almost half an hour long. I was very, very sick the last day, and I had to take in medicines in the morning as well. So I was very worried that my whole year preparation must not be hampered by my fever, or so I took as much medicines as I could. And for that 1 hour period, my interview was from 3. So from 2:30 to 3:30, I managed to have my fever down. So that was a plus point. If it hadn't been down, my interview would have gone very badly. So that was one thing. And then from the starting only, there was nothing that I expected in the interview. So the first question they asked me was related to my school, who my founders of my school were. So why would anyone expect that a question of their founders of the school would be asked? So I was very caught off guard because of that. But the main thing was that I had to keep my composure and keep my calm and keep smiling throughout, even if I didn't know the answers. Then even the second question was related to a college level maths question. So they purposefully asked that question to agitate me, and so that I lose my calm. So that was the starting of the interview. And then after that, some simple questions on maths. But whatever the starting was, I was a little agitated due to that. But I kept my calm. And throughout that, they asked specific application based questions which nobody would have expected out of the 12th syllabus. For example, they asked me what an interesting example of a Giffen good were, but in 11th and 12th we were only taught wheat, rice, and breads, and etc. So I had to think throughout that period. I took a time of 10-15 seconds, and then I gave an example of khadi clothes during the British era. They seemed impressed due to that. So then they switched on to the second panelist. And the second panelist started grilling me on why I was applying to so many colleges and why I was wasting my parents' money by filling in colleges when I was getting a good college every now and then. So she started drilling me on that. And then after that, since I was originally from Delhi, I had prepared the history and geography of Delhi, but I was again surprised because they asked me what about Indore and about the history of Indore. So I had a brief idea about that. So I told her about Devi Ahilyabai. And then again, in the last period as well, in the last question as well, I was surprised. They asked me what current affairs I was studying. And each and every current affair that I told were very contemporary. And what they asked was completely different from what I told. So I told the Sri Lanka crisis, Pakistan crisis, and Commonwealth Games that I had studied. But she asked me questions on Russia-Ukraine crisis, which is a long back issue of a 2-month-old issue. So that was my whole experience.
So great. Now I think there has to be one more twist in your entire story. You wrote the CLAT exam as well, right?
Yeah.
How did that come into the whole picture? Yeah, did you actually prepare for it separately? Did you do anything else for it?
No, I did not do anything else. I did not know the pattern for the CLAT exam before writing for the exam. My father was very adamant on me writing the exam because he wanted a good backup option. He did not want me to go to a private college. He felt that it's better to do a law degree from a government college rather than doing a BBA degree from a private college. So that was the whole idea behind the CLAT exam. I was very casual about it. Even when I was going to the center, I was with my brother. My brother was writing the LLM CLAT exam. He got NLU Calcutta, and I was writing the CLAT UG exam. So I was asking him what I can do to before the exam, half an hour before the exam. Now, even then, I did not know the pattern. I did not know anything else. So I scored, I think 79, and my CLAT rank was 1544. And I finally got NLU Nagpur as well there.
So if I'm right, you have now filled up fees at 4 different institutes and taken a refund from 3 of them.
Yeah.
Great. So thank you so much, Chinmay. And it's been a real pleasure talking to you here. And as a teacher, as your teacher, I would be happy to say that you have been one of a dream student. I always tell it to any new student or a parent that comes to me that Chinmay has been one of the students जिसको मैंने जब भी कुछ करने को दिया है कि ये एक्सरसाइज कर, इसने कभी पलट के मुझे ये नहीं बोला कि सर आज मुझे 12th का होमवर्क करना है, आज मुझे ये असाइनमेंट करना है. next day morning Chinmay वो काम खत्म करके आता था. So he possibly I'll say you had that desire inside you, वो करना चाहते थे, and which is why you have the success. So great work, Chinmay. And I now know that you are here in Indore for the next 5 years. So we'll keep on bothering you with a lot of such interviews. Your experiences at IIM Indore, we'll want you to visit the center, come and talk to the students and share it.
Yes, sir.
All the best. Have a great life, and we'll definitely be in touch. आप भी इंदौर में ही हो, मैं भी इंदौर में हूँ. So we'll continue meeting up.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much, and all the best once
Thank you,
again.
sir. Thank you, sir.